All of you know combustion is a chemical process in which a substance burns in presence of air or oxygen and produces heat and light energy. All of you have read? You have read about the conditions required for combustion. There are three conditions required for combustion. First, presence of combustible material. Second, supply of air or oxygen, that is supporter of combustion. Third is achievement of ignition temperature. What is ignition temperature, children? Can you say? Speak loudly. Yes. Very good. Very good. The lowest temperature, the minimum temperature at which a substance catches fire is called ignition temperature. So you have read about ignition temperature also, why a paper cup catches fire whereas a paper cup filled with water does not catch fire. Can you say? If a paper cup is kept on the flame of spirit lamp, it immediately catches fire, whereas a paper cup filled with water does not catch fire. Why? What is the reason?
Ma'am, because the of paper cup half filled with water, the temperature does not rise that fast as the water present also absorbs some heat, hence the cup does not catch fire.
Yes. Next student. So you have seen, children, that the paper cup reaches its ignition temperature, so it catches fire, whereas if the paper... What did you ask? Yes, I will take it after. Right now I am not able to say you the exact timing, but I will write on the WhatsApp group, okay? And I will reschedule the class, then your GK class will be conducted. All of you will join the class, okay? So I will inform you when it will be rescheduled, okay? So you have seen the conditions required for combustion. Paper cup half filled with water does not catch fire because water absorbs the heat, and the paper cup does not achieve its ignition temperature. So you have read, and other examples also you have read. When you blow over a candle flame, why does it put off? Can you say, children? Very important question. I had discussed it. When you blow over your candle flame,
because the air current lowers the temperature of burning back backwards to their ignition point, and the carbon dioxide in our breath acts as a fire extinguisher, thus the flame goes off.
yes, correct answer. So when you blow over the candle flame, all of you get the chance to blow over the candle flame on your birthday or not?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you blow over your candle flame, and you see that the flame puts off, because when you blow over it, the air current lowers down the ignition temperature of the wax vapor, and when you blow, exhaled air contains carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is a fire extinguisher. Okay, it extinguishes the fire because it is denser than air. So carbon dioxide also extinguishes the candle flame. This is very important question. Have you underlined in the book?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today you will study, children, that is types of combustion. Three conditions you have read now. What are the three conditions I have discussed? Now you will see what are the types of combustion. Types of combustion. First one is slow combustion. Next is rapid combustion. Next is spontaneous combustion.
Explosive combustion.
Spontaneous combustion.
And explosive
And
combustion.
last one is explosive combustion. Very good. Explosive combustion. Okay. Slow combustion is a type of combustion in which combustion takes place at slow rate or moderate rate. Okay, like burning of cow dung cake, burning of wood, these things burn slowly. So the combustion which takes place at slow rate or moderate rate is called slow combustion. This combustion takes place in insufficient air. So the combustion does not take place completely. Okay, incomplete combustion takes place.
Spontaneous combustion किसे कहेंगे?
अभी बताऊंगी मैं. Second, you have seen children, rapid means very fast. Some combustible material, firstly listen to me, then you will ask the question. Rapid combustion is the combustion which takes place very fast. Okay, like gaseous fuels undergo rapid combustion. What are gaseous fuels? Fuels which exist in gaseous state, like LPG, CNG, PNG, water gas, producer gas. All these are gaseous fuels and they undergo which type of combustion? Rapid combustion. Here there is sufficient supply of air, so combustion is complete. Did you understand? What is rapid combustion? Combustion which takes place at very fast rate. Like gaseous fuels undergo rapid combustion. Examples I have given you. So LPG, CNG, all these are undergoing rapid combustion. Here the combustion is complete due to presence of sufficient air or oxygen. Okay. Now next type of combustion is spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous combustion is the combustion which takes place when the combustible material catches fire on its own. Okay, it can take place even at room temperature. The combustible material starts to burn on its own. We do not need to ignite it. They start to burn on its own even at room temperature. All of you have read in chapter metals and non-metals why sodium metal is kept in kerosene. Why not in open air? Because sodium is highly reactive metal. It will react with oxygen and it will catch fire. Okay, so it is immersed in kerosene or paraffin wax because it shows spontaneous combustion. Sodium metal will catch fire on its own even at room temperature. So it is kept in kerosene or paraffin wax. In the similar way, you have read children, the ignition temperature of white phosphorus is how much? 35 degrees Celsius. And during summer season, sometimes the temperature, room temperature rises to 35 degrees Celsius. So this white phosphorus can catch fire on its own even at room temperature. So these are the examples of spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous means that takes place automatically. Sometimes, you know children, in your body also there is some spontaneous action. For example, if you touch any hot plate accidentally, okay, then what happens? Do you keep it holding or you throw it? Why do you throw it? It is a spontaneous action in which there is no involvement of the brain. You do not think anything and it happens automatically. It is called reflex action and it is controlled by your spinal cord. There is no involvement of the brain. Such action which take place in our body spontaneously, automatically is called reflex action. Here you are reading combustion, spontaneous combustion. Okay? Spontaneous combustion is the type of combustion in which a combustible substance catches fire on its own, even at room temperature. So you have to underline your examples, white phosphorus and sodium metal. These two are showing spontaneous combustion. Okay? Next is explosive combustion. When there is mixture of combustible material and air burns completely in a very short span of time and in a closed space. When combustible material and mixture of combustible material and air burns in a closed space in a very short span of time, then it is called explosive combustion. All of you play with cracker. Have you ever noticed how does it burn? Which type of combustion is showing it? It is showing explosive combustion. When the combustible material and air mixture of these two burn in a closed space in a very short span time, then there is release of heat, light and sound is also produced. So this is example of explosive combustion. Am I clear? A type of combustion in which a combustible material and air, mixture of these two, mixture of combustible material and air, burn in a closed space in a short span of time, then it is called explosive combustion. All of you have seen cracker. When you play with cracker, you must have noticed that it is inside a closed space and it takes no time in burning. It is very fast. So it takes place in a closed space in a very short span of time and it produces heat energy, light energy and sound energy. These three are produced by explosive combustion. You know children, hydrogen is also very explosive. So explosive combustion, all of you came to know. So these are the four types of combustion. Once again I sum up children. There are four types of combustion. First one is slow combustion. Here the combustion is incomplete due to insufficient supply of air and it takes place at very slow rate or moderate rate, like burning of cow dung cake or burning of wood. Next is rapid combustion. Rapid means very fast. Combustion which takes place at a fast rate due to sufficient supply of air. Here the combustion is complete. Like gaseous fuels undergo rapid combustion. Next is spontaneous combustion, a type of combustion in which a combustible material catches fire on its own. Okay, and they catch fire even at room temperature. All of you have studied that white phosphorus, its ignition temperature is 35 degrees Celsius and during summer season the temperature rises to 35 degrees Celsius. So white phosphorus catches fire even at room temperature on its own. In the similar way you have studied that the sodium metal is highly reactive metal. So when it is kept in open place, it reacts with oxygen present in the air and it catches fire. So sodium is stored in kerosene or paraffin wax. So three types of combustion you have seen. Last type of combustion is explosive combustion, in which a mixture of combustible material and air burns in a closed space in a very short span of time. Space is closed and time is also very short in which the combustion takes place. So these are the four types of combustion. Very important. Have you underlined, children? Types of combustion.
Combustion.
Okay.
Slow combustion or explosive combustion.
Slow combustion, rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion and explosive combustion. What is reflex action? Can you say, children?
Except that temperature can fall without strain.
Yes. Some actions take place in our body spontaneously, automatically, in which there is no involvement of brain. Then how it is controlled? It is controlled by your spinal cord. It is called reflex action. Okay. If you see a lion, roaring lion, what will happen? Will you run away or not? Without thinking anything. That is also reflex action. Okay. So you have seen what is reflex action. That is not given in the chapter, but it is related to spontaneous. That is why I discussed. Okay. Now you will see, children, fire control. How can we control fire? You have read the conditions required for combustion, like presence of combustible material, continuous supply of air or oxygen, that is supporter of combustion. Then you have read the achievement of ignition temperature. Okay, so the temperature of the combustible material should be higher than its ignition temperature. These are the conditions. So if any of the condition is not fulfilled, then the fire can be controlled. If any of the condition will be not fulfilled, then fire can be controlled. Okay. And when you go to any place like petrol pump or gas go down or LPG go down or firecracker factories or ammunition depots, then you are not supposed to carry any material like matchstick. Okay, any material like matchstick or anything which can catch fire should be not with you, because you know, children, in the petrol pump or petrol station there is presence of petrol and diesel, and petrol and diesel have very low ignition temperature. Okay, so even if you will carry any burning material, then immediately fire may catch there. So you are not supposed to carry any burning material with you when you go to the premises of gas go down or petrol pump, petrol station, or firecracker factories or ammunition depot, etc. Okay. Now we need to take care while using a burning, and when you use your burning candle, if there is power cut or if you are celebrating your birthday, you use your candle flame, that time also you should be very careful, because you know, children, fire may catch and you may meet with accident. So there are some methods to control fire. Now I will discuss that. Sometimes we can use our blanket to control the fire. If a person is caught with fire, then the person should be immediately wrapped with blanket. What will happen when the person will be wrapped with blanket? then the supply of air will be cut off. Okay, and due to absence of supporter of combustion, the fire will be controlled. If any person is caught with fire, the person should be immediately wrapped with blanket. If the person will be wrapped with blanket, then the supply of air or oxygen will be cut off. And you know children, without supporter of combustion, combustion will not take place. So fire can be controlled by wrapping the person with blanket. Did you understand? अगर किसी आदमी को आग पकड़ ले तो क्या करना है बच्चों? उनको ब्लैंकेट से कवर कर देना है. ब्लैंकेट से कवर करने पर क्या होगा? ऑक्सीजन का सप्लाई ख़त्म हो जाएगा, एयर का सप्लाई कट ऑफ हो जाएगा और कंबसन बंद हो जाएगा. ठीक है. अगर कंबसन जो है, अगर फायर इज़ ड्यू टू, इफ़ फायर इज़ ड्यू टू पेट्रोल और डीजल, ठीक है, then fire extinguisher should be used. The type of the fire extinguisher is foam type fire extinguisher. In your book it is not written, but you can note down. There are different types of fire extinguisher like soda acid fire extinguisher, foam type fire extinguisher, carbon tetrachloride fire extinguisher, etc. Okay. If the fire is due to short circuit or due to electricity, then we can use carbon tetrachloride fire extinguisher. Carbon tetrachloride CCl4. Okay, type fire extinguisher is used to control fire due to short circuit or due to electricity. We should not use water in case of fire due to electricity, because you know children, water is a good conductor of electricity. So fire cannot be controlled by water and we can be shocked by electricity and it may be fatal for us. Okay. So how can we control fire due to electricity? We can use fire extinguisher, carbon tetrachloride fire extinguisher. Am I clear? And if the fire is due to kerosene or petrol, we can use sand also. Sand can be used to cut off the supply of air in case of fire produced by kerosene or petrol. Okay, we can use sand also, and in case of normal case we can use water, because water will lower down the ignition temperature of the combustible material and fire can be controlled. So these are the methods to control fire. Once again I am repeating, fire can be controlled by using sand. If the fire is due to petrol or kerosene, we can use sand. If a person is caught with fire, then wrap the person with blanket, because it will cut off the supply of air or oxygen. Okay. And one thing more I told you children, if the fire is due to petrol or diesel, we can use fire extinguisher. Which type of fire extinguisher? Carbon tetrachloride fire extinguisher. Okay. Why we should not use water in case of fire due to electricity or short circuit? Because water is a good conductor of electricity. Okay.
Water is the good conductor of electricity.
Yes. So
And it will give us
electric shock. It will give us electric shock and our cell may be damaged and it may be fatal for us. Okay. जान ले सकता है हम लोगों की, क्योंकि हमारा सेल डैमेज हो जाएगा इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक लगने से और हमारी जान जा सकती है. ठीक है. क्योंकि हमारा बॉडी किस चीज़ का बना है? सेल का बना है. तो सेल डैमेज होने से वी विल डाई. सो इट मे बी फैटल फॉर अस. ठीक है बच्चों. तो वाटर का यूज़ तभी करेंगे जब नॉर्मल केस में हम देख रहे हैं कि आग लगी है. तो अगर पेट्रोल और डीजल से है तो हम लोग सैंड को यूज कर सकते हैं या हम लोग कार्बन टेट्राक्लोराइड फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर यूज कर सकते हैं. एम आई क्लियर? A type of fire extinguisher is given in your book, that is soda acid fire extinguisher. Soda acid fire extinguisher. Soda acid fire extinguisher. Soda acid fire extinguisher is a type of extinguisher. Diagram you can see, it is given in the book, very simple diagram. Plunger is there and seal is there, metal cylinder is there, and inside the metal cylinder there is sodium bicarbonate solution and a glass tube is there. That glass tube is thin and it is filled with sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Okay, this sulfuric acid is concentrated sulfuric acid. Do you know the meaning of concentrated and dilute, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Concentrated means there is less quantity of water. High amount of acid is there and very less amount of water. That is concentrated. And dilute acid are the acids in which acid is in little amount and water is in more amount. That is dilute acid. So metallic cylinder is there in this fire extinguisher. Look at the book, diagram is given. A metallic cylinder is there. Inside of the metallic cylinder there is a glass bottle. This thin glass bottle is filled with concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, and inside the metallic body there is sodium bicarbonate solution. Okay, children, now you will see plunger is there and the place where there is fire, this plunger is struck and the glass bottle breaks down. जैसे ही प्लंगर को पटका जाता है उसके अंदर जो ग्लास बॉटल होता है वो टूट जाता है और उसमें जो सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड आता है दैट रिएक्ट्स विथ सोडियम बाइकार्बोनेट सॉल्यूशन. दिस सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड reacts with sodium bicarbonate solution NaHCO3. Sodium bicarbonate formula is NaHCO3. It is also called sodium hydrogen carbonate. Am I clear? Sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate, same thing. NaHCO3. This metallic cylinder consists of a thin glass bottle filled with concentrated sulfuric acid. When the plunger is struck on the ground, then the glass bottle breaks down and it comes in contact with concentrated sulfuric acid and the reaction takes place like this. This NaHCO3 will react with concentrated sulfuric acid H2SO4 and it will form Na2SO4 sodium sulfate plus CO2 plus H2O. Okay, since gases are written at the last, okay, so firstly you will write H2O then CO2. When we write the name of the gas, it is written at the end. So firstly you will write H2O and then CO2. Now you can balance it. Here sodium is 2 atom. Here only 1 atom. Now you write here 2. Now twice NaHCO3 plus H2SO4 will give Na2SO4 plus H2O plus CO2. Now see, hydrogen 2 to 4. Here hydrogen only 2. So 2 H2O right here plus 2 H2O. Now hydrogen here 2 and 2 4. Here also 2 2 ja 4. Now carbon 2. This side also carbon you see 1 is there. You can balance it. Here also twice CO2. Okay, write down twice CO2. All of you know how to balance the chemical equation. Number of atoms should be equal on both the sides. left side and right side, number of atom of each element should be equal. That is a balanced chemical equation. So you should balance the chemical equation. Here you see, when the plunger is struck on the ground, then the glass bottle breaks down and concentrated sulfuric acid comes in contact with sodium bicarbonate solution, and the reaction takes place like this. The sodium bicarbonate solution is reacting with concentrated sulfuric acid H2SO4, and it is producing sodium sulfate. Here you will write just below it. Since I am speaking, I am not writing. It is sodium sulfate, next is water, and then carbon dioxide. So you see children, that carbon dioxide is a fire extinguisher, so it will extinguish the fire. And water is also produced. This water will lower down the ignition temperature. This is the working of soda acid fire extinguisher. Equation is very important, and you may be asked that how this soda acid fire extinguisher work. So all of you will practice the diagram of soda acid fire extinguisher. Then you will write only few sentences. Okay. Just below the diagram you will write self-explanatory diagram. Like this, when you will draw the diagram, I have not drawn the diagram completely. Here you will write figure, then you will write self-explanatory diagram. Self-explanatory diagram of fire extinguisher. What happens when the plunger is struck on the ground?